But yeah, moving on to the Thunderbolts. I went to go see it on opening night, and it was about what I expected. And what I expected was a fun movie. It's not the best movie in the world, but it's at the level of quality I wish most Marvel movies were. And honestly, this should become the baseline moving forward. And in fact, I think yesterday I saw a post of like some higher up at Marvel Studios saying that this is the level of quality they want to achieve going forward. And I'm like, please actively do that. I beg of you.
Mhm.
If every movie was like this, or most of them were like this, and then the ones that weren't like that were better, we'd be in a great place with the MCU.
Right.
Um, the story follows Yelena Belova, adopted sister of the deceased Black Widow, and a fellow survivor of the secret Soviet Russian training program known as the Red Room, as she finds herself unfulfilled as an assassin and spy and wants to become a public facing superhero. Unfortunately for Yelena, her boss, Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, is under investigation by the US government and has to clean house, and that includes the agents working for her. Valentina is played by I can't remember her name at the moment, but I'm mad because I just had her name in my head, not the actress, but the character that she plays in Seinfeld. She plays the lady in
Mhm.
Seinfeld, the main lady. I can't remember her
Oh,
name right now.
um,
Elaine. Elaine is the character. I don't remember her
right.
name though. Could you look it
I,
up?
it's yeah. I was also about to get Seinfeld confused with Friends with my whole chest. I'm not gonna talk about that. Is it Julia Louis Dreyfus? Is the
Yes,
author
yes,
or the
yes. Julia
yeah,
Louis
that
Dreyfus.
yeah,
You were thinking about Courtney Cox
probably, yeah. Or whatever her
from Friends.
character's name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Like I said, she needs to clean house, and that includes the agents she works with, or the agents that work for her, which include not only Yelena but John Walker, aka U.S. agent, the former second Captain America, as appointed by the U.S. government in the Falcon and Winter Soldier show on Disney Plus. Um, Also, it includes Ghost, a woman who gained the ability to become intangible and generate extreme amounts of power following a quantum accident which killed her parents. Classic comic book bullshit. And finally, Taskmaster, daughter of the leader of the Red Room, who, after being
Mm,
gravely injured during an assassination attempt on her father, had her mind and body controlled by a chip, which imbued her with uncanny photographic reflexes. And finally, Bob, just a regular guy, just some random dude. Uh, they were each sent to kill each other by Valentina, but quickly realized
mm.
that it was all a trap to get rid of all of them at once. And from there, they're forced to work together to take down Valentina. But it turns out Bob isn't just a regular guy. Spoiler alert, if you want to go into the movie blind. I assume you don't care.
Yeah,
But
no.
but Bob, and it was this was like I don't know if it was leaked or whatever, but it was basically revealed or somehow who the guy playing Bob was going to be in the first place. He's the Sentry, which is one of Marvel's Superman allegories, and
Mhm.
he has such a good fight scene against the Thunderbolts where he just absolutely
Ooh.
destroys them because they're all just assassins and super soldiers against Superman. It was so good. Um, and yeah, he also has an alter ego called the Void,
Mm.
which he transforms into in the big third act and starts turning people into shadows and making them live through their worst trauma. And the Thunderbolts have to go inside and bring Bob back out. And it was a good movie. It was fun. Um, I definitely suggest checking out. Whenever it's on Disney Plus. If you want to see it in theaters, you can do that. But it's definitely worth seeing on Disney Plus at the very least. But the most exciting part of the movie was at the very end. Another big spoiler, if you want to go in completely blind, in
Mm.
absolutely no time whatsoever, they spoiled the ending of the movie in all of the advertising for the Thunderbolts. Because on posters and billboards and on social posts, they rip off the Thunderbolts logo, which has always had an asterisk next to it, to signify
Right.
that it wasn't the final title of their team, and now it says the New Avengers. Um,
Mm.
and it's great marketing, to be honest. But
Mm.
it might be set up for a movie that I'm afraid we'll never get. Um,
No.
Reportedly, Sam Wilson, Captain America, has recruited his new Avengers team off screen, which some people
Mm.
are upset about. But that's fine to me, as long as we get a new Avengers movie that's about the Thunderbolts' new Avengers competing with Captain America's new Avengers.
Mm.
If I was a betting man, I'd say that Sam's new Avengers will include Monica Rambeau as Photon, Spider Man, She Hulk, Shuri as Black Panther, and Luke Cage. Um,
Ooh.
this is a variation of the Mighty Avengers team from the comics, minus a few characters who haven't been introduced yet. And since all of these characters not only currently exist in the MCU, but were recently introduced, with the exception of Luke Cage, who I think will probably make his debut in Daredevil Born Again Season 2, which I'm pretty sure is coming out next year, this lineup makes a lot of sense. In a perfect world, we'd be getting this movie before Doomsday and Secret Wars, but that's just not possible with how soon those movies are releasing. But hopefully they don't just drop this storyline or resolve it in the next two Avengers movie or even off screen, because that's a really interesting story arc. Because at the end they talk about how Sam is trying to like copyright Avengers after he found out
Mhm.
that they formed a new Avengers team with these villains or assassins and
Right.
stuff. And Bucky is his friend, so he's very confused. Like, what are you doing, bro? Why are you forming a new Avengers team? Well,
Right.
so like, yeah, that's a very interesting storyline. I want to see that,
Mhm.
but they're rushing it to get to Doomsday so they can reboot, and I hope that reboot doesn't get rid of this and that this persists and becomes a story arc in the future.
Right. That'd be super fun.
But yeah, like I said, overall, Thunderbolts
Mm.
was a good movie. I remember checking it out. I give it like a 3.5 out of 5. It's a good movie.
Banger.